Well, good morning. We are tracking a severe thunderstorm watch here through 10 o'clock. Does not include Waco officially, but Bell County points to the west. You are under this because we have that potential for severe weather here through 10 o'clock, at least locally in that area. I do expect it to be extended later on today. We also have a flash flood watch here through Wednesday morning because that is where we have the potential for seeing the heaviest rainfall. Now, anyone over central Texas could see flooding out of this with heavy rains possible, but the biggest threat will be over our eastern counties. The live radar network showing it as of right now. Thunderstorms are outside of our area. We do have a couple of downpours, though, some north of Meridian. We have some that are developing back here towards Hyco and Hamilton, as well as back into Coryell County. But overall, these are just south to north moving downpours that likely won't elevate into thunderstorms. Here's the main line of thunderstorms back here to the west. And while it's weakening, it may re-strengthen, or we may see thunderstorms develop ahead of it that could carry that severe weather threat. That's what's happened with this cell closer to San Antonio. This one's severe back over towards parts of Fredericksburg and Kerrville, but it's also closer to our warm front. That's separating us from the warm, muggy air that these thunderstorms like to be fueled by. As long as that front stays south of Waco Temple Clean, the severe weather threat locally stays low. I do think it's going to wiggle into the Brazos Valley and maybe our eastern counties, though, and it's south of that warm front where we may have a little bit of a tornado threat here today. Future track does show you we have a couple of showers out there right now, but watch what happens as we go further on into the morning. I think after around 9 o'clock or so, we're starting to see this line of thunderstorms come through. Prime time is probably between 9-10 o'clock and Waco Temple Killeen. Now, wherever that warm front sets up shop, that's where we'll have to watch for that higher severe threat. Again, I think that will be over the Brazos Valley. Notice temperatures in the mid-70s here, upper 60s in Waco Temple Killeen. In those 60s, you're likely not seeing a tornado threat, but in the 70s, you could, and that's why we'll be watching that as this progresses through our area, especially to the south in the Brazos Valley. Here we are at noon. Again, thunderstorms continuing to move through, and again, notice how they're stronger down here towards the Brazos Valley. We'll watch to see if thunderstorms can develop back behind that as warmer air does reach our area. There will be a chance that along and east of 35, we could see some redevelopment of severe weather here as we go through the afternoon. Then things should wind down this evening. I mentioned that warm front will be key. That's where we put you under that scattered risk of severe weather. South of that, everyone in central Texas under the gun, though. It's just in that scattered risk, you have the potential for seeing up to golf ball size hail, winds to 60, and yes, a few tornadoes possible as well. Outside of that, in this yellow, you're likely looking at that pocket change hail and gusty winds. Talk about quarters to half dollars that will be possible with that. What we're all looking at, though, is that potential for flooding rainfall. 1 to 2 inches of rain possible. Could see some areas, though, get 3 to 4 inches if those storms can kind of linger and build across multiple areas and kind of move over the same areas over and over, leading to that heavy rain. So we'll monitor for that. 80% chance of storms here today. Nearly everyone gets wet. 20% chance of rain Wednesday, 20% chance Thursday, and I'll leave a 30% chance in on Friday. The weekend's looking quiet, though. Upper 70s Saturday and Sunday. It could get close to 90 next week. And the Brazos Valley, more of the same. You got 90% chance of storms today. Again, that higher threat of severe weather. Temperatures could be reaching 90 next week.
The Federal Reserve kicking off its two-day meeting to discuss the state of the economy.